It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to, excuse me. Wow. Boy, boy, I've still got a frog in my throat. Sorry about that. Welcome to Friday Travel and Cruise Industry News on this, the 30th day of June, 2023. Not the way I planned on starting this show. Wow, that was strange. All right, guys, we've got several things going on today. One, this afternoon, I go to the dentist. That's actually the periodontist. I'm not looking forward to that. And then at 7 o'clock tonight, I'm going to do a show with my friend Nate Valet of Alaska and Yukon Tours for my August 30th Alaska cruise on Sapphire Princess. You're invited to stop by if you'd like, whether you're going on that cruise or not. We are going to talk about, of course, excursions in Alaska and hopefully meet some more of the folks that are going on that cruise with us. Not a huge amount of news today, but a little. We had a mother and child overboard. Of course, we got to take a look at Hurricane Adrian. And for Hot Air Tom, it's Mr. Adrian, because coming right behind that is Tropical Storm Beatrice, probably a hurricane either by now or in the next hour or two. A larger ship for the 3-year voyage. Norwegian, Viking, and Virgin all jump in the tendering for Barcelona Cruise Terminal G. And some more live here at 11 o'clock this morning. If you're listening via the podcast, welcome aboard. You can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcast from. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the Fat Travel Guy. And good morning to Joanne, to Cindy, and to Katie. I see that they're in the house already. If you're listening via the podcast and want to jump over and check the video feed out at any time, all you have to do is check the description of the podcast, and there'll be a link so you can do just that. Well, Carol's with us today, too. Carol, good to see you again. All right. First thing this morning, I screwed up yesterday, which is nothing unusual for me. But, I played the wrong clip from Elizabeth Eli on Location. I played the same one I played the day before instead of this one.
Hey, Chillie and the gang. All right, here's another quick video. Look at that. I'm on my rooftop. Now I'm getting sprinkled on with a little bit of rain here, but beautiful rainbow over there. Oh, it's the island crying that I'm leaving, right? Oh, God, it's just beautiful here. And it's, I just got back from No Name, and look at that. That's facing the west. So that's the Corpus Christi Church, and the sun is shining bright. And there's my pool. It's a hot mofo, man. Jesus criminy. And again, that rainbow is just gorgeous over there. It doesn't show up very well on this little crappy iPhone, but anyway, there you go. And have a great day, everybody. And I miss you already. And I'll talk to you soon from one of the ports of call, I hope. So anyway, take care, everyone. Love ya. Take care. Thanks, Chillie, for having me on your show. And I miss y'all guys already. Bye.
All right. So Elizabeth had to leave for Rainbow. and go on. And she was supposed to meet up with the ship, the QM2 in New York. Well, as she was getting ready to leave, she got this message that said that the QM2 was delayed in Halifax due to a medical emergency, and they were going to be late getting into New York. And she thought, oh, that's okay. I don't have to rush so much today, actually, to get on the ship. So she didn't mind that so much until she got on the plane. Now, this is the route that Elizabeth had to take to get to Miami. Just follow the green thing round and round and up and down. And anyway, she was quite late getting into Miami. And she, as a result, of course, had trouble getting into Miami. So she was late. And then she said, let's see, where do I have her message now? I've lost track of her message. But anyway, then she ended up having to stay in the hotel in Miami and was late getting out of Miami. And she finally didn't get on a plane until she had missed a bunch of planes. All the planes from New York were gone by the time she got to Miami. So she had to stay overnight in Miami, and then finally got on a plane this morning, and it's supposed to get in after the ship's supposed to sail this afternoon. So who knows if Elizabeth is ever going to make it to the QM2 to get on for her contract. So anyway, so Elizabeth was having some trouble getting there. All right, top story today. Boy, this was not one you hear of very often. Thankfully, the outcome was not bad. A significant search and rescue mission was initiated yesterday following an incident where a mother and a child were overboard from a Stena Line ferry traveling between Sweden and Poland. Stena Spirit, which was en route from Karlskrona in Sweden to Gdynia in Poland, contacted rescue services after the incident occurred. Initially, there was a report of one person falling overboard, but it was later discovered that both the mother and the child were involved, as stated by Lars Blom, the head of the rescue operation at the Swedish Maritime Administration's Joint Rescue Coordination Center. According to Blom, the child, a 7-year-old boy, had fallen into the sea, prompting the woman, his mother, to jump in after him. Upon receiving the report at 4:20 p.m., helicopters and boats were deployed to assist in the search. It took approximately an hour to locate both individuals, who were then transported to a hospital in Karlskrona. Blom mentioned that their condition was unknown at that time. No further updates were available early this morning. According to the Swedish Maritime Administration, the woman was found by a helicopter while the child was located by a rescue boat. The search for the pair involved helicopters, several NATO ships participating in an exercise in the area, and the Stena Spirit herself. The woman, described as being in her mid-30s, and the child are reported to be Polish citizens. Wow. At least there was a good outcome for that, folks. Don't forget, Scootaround has officially launched a new rental app. The app allows you easier access to rent a scooter, wheelchair, or power chair using your smartphone. Rentals can be booked in more than 2,500 locations worldwide, with delivery to your hotel, your residence, or a cruise ship. And there's only 24 hours left on the summer sale. So that's good until it's even less than 24 now. It's down to about 12. Till midnight tonight, you get 8% off on lightweight scooters and electric wheelchairs. Just call 844-664-7467. Shop online and use the promo code SUMMER23 to get 8% off. You can also use the SRN 11137. So I get a little credit for this channel. All right. Scoot around. Good folks. I sent them the remainder of my schedule for the year as it sits now. All right, we got to look at the weather. We've got one, and we'll possibly have two hurricanes here in the next little bit. This is, of course, the Pacific. Adrian continues to strengthen, but it's likely to be near its peak intensity. It's located about 445 miles south-southwest of the tip of Baja. Maximum sustained winds are 100 miles an hour. Present movement is the west-northwest at 7. Minimum pressure is 973, so it clearly could still strengthen. There's still no coastal watches or warnings in effect for this one. It's out there in the ocean and is going to stay that way and probably not affect land that much. Different story with Beatrice. Beatrice is the one right off the coast. It's going to bring heavy rains and strong winds to the southwest coast of Mexico, located about 100 miles west-southwest of Acapulco, 270 miles southeast of Manzanilla. Currently, the maximum sustained winds are 60, moving northwest at 13 miles an hour. Pressure's down to 997 and expected to continue dropping. Hurricane warning is in effect for Zihuatanejo to Cabo Corrientes, Mexico. Hurricane watch is in effect for the north of Cabo Corrientes to Putamita, Mexico. Tropical storm warning is in effect for south of Zihuatanejo to Acapulco, north of Cabo Corrientes to Putamita, Mexico. And a tropical storm watch is in effect for north of Putamita to San Blas. A continued northwestern motion is expected for the next few days, with a gradual decrease in forward speed occurring over the weekend. On the forecast track, the center of Beatrice is expected to approach the coast of western Mexico today, then move near or over a portion of the coast of western Mexico tonight and into tomorrow. Maximum sustained winds are now at 60. Rapid strengthening is forecast, and Beatrice should be a hurricane later today. Beatrice is forecast to be a hurricane while the center moves near or over the coast of Mexico. Tropical storm force winds extend outward about 60 miles, mainly to the northeast of the center. And over in the Atlantic, we still have one system left over there. The surface trough continues to produce disorganized showers and thunderstorms a couple hundred miles to the southeast of Bermuda. The system expected to develop into a broad area of low pressure during the weekend as it moves northeastward. However, upper level winds do not appear conducive for additional development, so they're only calling formation chance at 10% over the next 48 hours and 10% over the next 7 days. All right. I'll be back with a couple more stories after a quick break from one of my network sponsors. We've talked about this several times before, folks. The cruise line has purchased a bigger cruise ship for its 3-year cruise that will depart in November and visit 382 ports in 148 countries. Murray Cruises has bought the 42 gross ton ship that will now sail the 3-year cruise instead of the MV Gemini, as was previously announced. The incredible voyage will take place on the MV Lara. That was formerly Aida Lara, if those of you that have sailed on Aida. The cruise line said the reason for the larger vessel is due to unprecedented enthusiasm for the voyage. We are beyond excited to introduce the beautiful MV Lara for this incredible history-making 3-year voyage, says Kendra Holmes, CEO of Murray Cruises. Our fleet is expanding due to the unprecedented demand for our long-duration circumnavigation voyages to responsibly explore every corner of the planet. Our residents are changing their lives for this opportunity, and we are honored to be part of their personal journeys. MV Lara will offer life at sea cruises, redesigned staterooms, a business center with offices, cigar and wine bar, along with other creative offerings. There'll also be a 24-hour on-call hospital with complimentary medical visits, learning and enrichment lectures, and opportunities to engage in volunteer and philanthropic initiatives. During the 3-year cruise, the ship will sail 130,000 miles, visiting 382 ports, all 7 continents, in that total of 148 countries. Passengers will have the opportunity to visit 13 of the wonders of the world and numerous UNESCO World Heritage sites. Cabins on this 3-year cruise are open to book at lifeatseacruises.com. All right, finally this morning, folks, a joint venture of Norwegian Cruise Lines, Viking, and Virgin Voyages expressed interest in tendering for Barcelona's Cruise Terminal G, with Royal Caribbean Group already a contender. The renewed call for tenders by the Port of Barcelona Management Board for the construction and operation of the future cruise terminal at Adasset Wharf follows on the heels of recent municipal government election, which saw the former administration, led for the past 8 years by Adu Colau, replaced. The call for tenders had previously been approved by the management board in November of 22, but was rejected by them last March following an analysis into the technical specifications. During the election campaign, Colau and a deputy, Janet Sands, the city's representative on the Port Authority's Board of Management, reneged on the agreement first penned in 2018, calling for a downsizing to 5 terminals plus further constraints on the number of cruise calls and passengers. The future Terminal G will have an area under concession of over 54,000 meters squared and a wharf line of 450 meters, making it suitable for receiving cruise ships up to 400 meters in length. The information is included in the technical specification of the call for tenders, which indicate that the successful tenderer must contribute significant turnaround port traffic, which generates the most added value to the city. Cruise passengers resulting from the turnarounds at the Port of Barcelona currently account for almost 60% of the total number of passengers. The call for tenders also stipulates the introduction of major environmental improvements like the use of renewable energy in the terminal or launching services to facilitate sustainable mobility of passengers, such as a bus service connecting the terminal with El Prat Airport or Sants Station. In the same vein, all vessels built after 2010 must connect to the power grid while docked using shore power infrastructures. So, big things appear to be happening over in Barcelona. All right. That wraps up the news portion today. Again, busy day for me. to do another show tonight after going to the dentist, unfortunately. All right, let's see who's over here fussing at me. I said hello to everybody down to Carol. Steve says hello, good morning. Nikki's with us. Hot Air Tom says, I am here too, watching on the big screen. Nice haircut, Chillie. Thank you. He says good morning to everybody. Elizabeth must have bought the pilot some samples from the no-name bar. Well, that's always a possibility. However, who knows? Yeah, that was off. And unfortunately, she was in a three-way seat. She had a window seat, but she was stuffed in next to a big fat guy, it would be like being stuffed in one of those little seats, like next to me. So she just wasn't happy at all yesterday. Emma's with us. Hi, Emma. She's on the Celebrity Edge. Good for you, Emma. I love Celebrity. I love the Celebrity Edge too. So I'm glad you're on it. Nice. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. Again, I hope everybody has a chance to join me tonight at 7 o'clock as we talk about the upcoming Alaska cruise. I've invited all the group folks in. So please try to join me. And we'll have Nate on to talk about excursions up there in Alaska and some of the things that I'm going to be doing while I'm up there for my actual 2 cruises. That was one thing that I was thinking about last night, is how I'm going to do the show when I'm going to be in Alaska that long, because Alaska's 4 hours time difference. So I'll actually be doing the show at 7 o'clock in the morning at Alaska time, which that's not bad for me, except for researching and writing and preparing the show. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to handle that yet, but I'll handle it one way or another. So anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this week, guys. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you when you can join us. That's always awesome. Don't forget, thumbs up. That helps the channel out. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or I go live. And hopefully I'll see everybody tonight at 7 o'clock. So I will talk to you soon. As always, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a phenomenal weekend, everybody. Hope to see you tonight at 7. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.